Is a video really a video without a mukbang? Like, listen, these are smacking, and only the red ones, the strawberry ones, are valid, and that's facts. Hello guys, thank you for tuning back into my channel. It's me, Tati, aka the Netflix connoisseur, and I am here to give you the top 10 binge watching Netflix shows ever. I am pretty sure that you're here because you're bored and you're trying to search what the hell to watch on Netflix, so let me give you.
This is the most disgusting berry yet, but I'm gonna still eat it because I bought the mixed fruits for a reason.
You're as bored as me, so you're probably looking up on YouTube what shows to watch during this quarantine, and I am here to help you, friend. You are not alone. I am glad that you have searched and you have clicked on my video. I do think it's kind of toxic the amount of time I spent on Netflix. Like, I binge watched 4 seasons all in one day. It's not okay for me to do that. Like, I should consider doing other activities during this quarantine. But I've been a very
sack of a potato
person, so all I've been doing is literally going from social media platform to social media platform, back on Netflix, eating, napping, waking up at 3 p.m, going to sleep at 3 a.m. It turns out my 3 a.m. is now my new 7 p.m. It's very toxic, and my life is gonna be hard to jump back into after all of this is done. I do think they're pretty good shows. It says 10, but in all honesty, I think I lost track of counting. The first show is Designated Survivor. It's basically falling in the same category as Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder, if you haven't watched those. It's basically about this guy, is it the Senate? Somewhere around the Senate, and like he gets voted for president pretty much because like an act of terrorism happened in the show. He has no idea how to be a president, like, so he learns as like the show goes on. He learns a lot more. There's so many people trying to bring him down at once. Thank God he has like a good little team that he can trust in. So like, it's definitely a 10 out of 10. If you're into government conspiracies and stuff like that, like I am, and learning how the government really works behind doors, behind the public, then you should definitely watch the show. The second show would be The Circle. Listen, I feel like the concept that's in the show, that's what we're living right now. The show is about social distancing and social media. So basically, you're gonna be in the same building as the 6 players, and you're gonna be in a room where you're not allowed to see any of the players in person, but you're supposed to talk to each one of them through a TV. For like in about like a month or so, you're like basically doing the entire game. Basically, you have to be liked by everyone, so you have to be ranked as like an influencer. The third is Love is Blind. It's basically the same concept as The Circle, well, the same management, I guess. It's about people social distancing. You're gonna
basically marry someone who you've never seen in your entire life.
You can only talk to them through pods, and they can only hear your voice, so they have to fall in love with you
through your voice
and not your appearance. So basically, the experiment is coming on as
if love is really blind.
When you engage that person, that's when you get to marry them, and that's when you get to see them, you get to spend time with them and see how they really are. And if everything goes well, then you marry them. The other show that I got is All American. I freaking love this show. It's about this young boy who lives in Crenshaw. It's based in Cali, and like he's basically conflicted whether like staying in Crenshaw, helping around with his mom and stuff because she's a single mother, conflicted whether staying there or going to Beverly Hills with his coach and team to play Beverly Hills High School and become this huge big football player. But I would definitely recommend that you watch that show, because if you're like into like drama and like suspense, this show is definitely it. Like, I love Spencer and the rest of like the cast. They're pretty cool. I follow them on Instagram too. It's kind of weird. My other show is Good Girls. So basically, Good Girls is about these 3 wives don't do nothing but be housewives all day, and their finances kind of hitting rock bottom. So they're figuring out ways on how to get money, but they can't seem to get money because they just keep flunking more and more.
And their husbands are ass stupid.
They kind of got into this drug lord deal, and they start doing illegal stuff on the low every time to get more money, and they get into more problems out of getting more money, but then they get out of it. So it's kind of like hilarious. I would definitely recommend watching that show if you're into like drama and stuff, and if you've watched
Real Housewives. No, it's not even a comparison, so never mind.
But I definitely recommend the show. It's the top tier of them all. Stranger Things. If you're into sci-fi and you're into UFOs and stuff like that, I would definitely recommend watching this show. Basically about like these 4 kids that meet this 5th kid. Her name is 11, but she kind of has like these extra superpowers. they get to consistently have contact with
the underworld.
They're going on adventures and stuff to trying to like stop the underworld from like taking over. It's really interesting. I'm not gonna get too deep into it because it's really complex, but I'm anxious for a new season already. If you haven't watched it, which I doubt it, and if you haven't, you're lame. Go ahead and watch it now. Disregard the rest. Watch that first. Thank me later. So this other Netflix show, its name is On My Block. I'm pretty sure a majority of viewers right now know what the show is, and if you don't, I'm kind of concerned to see if you really do watch Netflix or not. It's a pretty common show. It's about these kids. They basically live on a block in California. It's based in Cali, and they basically save each other from their own problems. One of them, his name is Diego. He has a lot, like he has a brother, he's into gangs and stuff like that, so they get into like a lot of gang trouble. It's really interesting. I don't want to go a lot into depth because I
know that I can get carried away sometimes,
and I can talk y'all heads off like blah blah blah, spill the beans, and then you're gonna be like, but wait, you just basically told me the show, so I don't want to watch anymore. Last of them all, this show is called House of Cards. It does fall in the same category as Designated Survivor. If you're a lot more into like how the government works and stuff like that, and agencies and like FBI type stuff and action, I would definitely watch. But House of Cards is basically like more, it's a little bit more different, but it's the same concept as Designated Survivor. It's about in the government and stuff and all that other conspiracy stuff. Again, I'm still watching that, so I can't really go that deep into it because I don't want to ruin it for myself nor you. It's another good show as well. It's a pretty interesting show. And guys, this is my last gummy, so that means this is the end of this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, then subscribe. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you.
That's your loss.
I'll be back with a new video, and please watch Netflix and chill and quarantine in peace. And it was nice talking to y'all, so I'll see you on my next vid.